Kahit subukan mong bumisita sa IFS, ikaw ang aming bida. Gusto mong umawit ka.
ABS-CBN has been biased and partisan in favor of particular candidates and against certain candidates during the 2010 and 2016 presidential elections, contrary to the terms of its franchise and in violation of the Omnibus Election Code. Hindi naman po lingid sa kalaman ng marami, kung hindi man lahat, kung paano naging pro Noynoy Aquino ang ABS-CBN noong 2010 at pro Crespo at Leni Robredo naman noong 2016. It is also a matter of record that ABS-CBN failed to air some of President Duterte's political advertisements during the 2016 campaign period despite receiving the payment for said political ads. Ang masakit po dito, kung hindi pa sila pinigilan ng korte sa pamamagitan ng isang TRO, ay nakahanda na palang ipalabas ng ABS-CBN sa bisperas mismo ng pagtatapos ng campaign period ng 2016 presidential elections. Ang mga anti-Duterte advertisements na binayaran ng isang dating senador, sinadya ang timing para hindi bigyan ng pagkakataong makasagot pa si Mayor Duterte na noon ay kandidato bilang presidente. Mabuti na lamang at napahinuhod ng ang korte ng petisyon ni Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano na noon po ay Vice Presidential Candidate ni Pangulong Duterte at dagliang nag-issue ng TRO ang korte sa ABS-CBN. It is now a public knowledge that President Rodrigo Duterte and Speaker Alan Peter Cayetano expressed their disappointments over ABS-CBN's unfair reportings and meddling in previous elections. For those opposing the franchise application, hindi na po dapat payagan ng ABS-CBN na muling pakialaman ang politika sa ating bansa. Panahon na para ang taong bayan ang pumili ng mga namumuno na gusto nila at hindi ang napipisil ng ABS-CBN. Paalala lang po sa ABS-CBN, you are a broadcasting company, not a political kingmaker. Either you play ball or you play fair. Multiple channels in one franchise. Mga kababayan, inabuso po ng ABS-CBN ang kanilang prangkisa. Sa hindi nila may paliwanag na dahilan o maaari namang sinadya na gamitin ang kanyang prangkisa para sa isang channel lamang, pero gumamit pa ng ibang prangkisa ng telekomunikasyon na hindi naman pang broadcast upang mas kumita at makapagbenta sa pamamagitan ng maraming channels. ABS-CBN violated the terms and conditions of its franchise by offering its TV Plus boxes for a one-time fee but using the free-to-air signal authorized in the franchise granted by Congress at no cost to ABS-CBN. Tubong lugaw, ika nga. That this practice of ABS-CBN without permission from Congress or the National Telecommunication Commission is killing the cable industry, which depends on monthly based subscription of its clientele. At bukod po sa pagbebenta ng TV Plus box sa publiko, sa Kapamilya Box Office Channel na nakapaloob dito, ay nagawa pang maningil ang ABS-CBN sa bawat pelikulang gustong mapanood ng publiko sa KBO Channel. Ibinenta na nga ang TV Plus box, ibinenta pa rin ang mga palabas na pwedeng mapanood sa TV Plus box. Dobleng tubong lugaw na po ito. Hindi po saklaw ang mga ito sa prangkisa na ipinagkaloob ng Kongreso sa ABS-CBN. ABS-CBN, contrary to the terms and conditions of its franchise, operated this pay-per-view channel, otherwise known as the Kapamilya Box Office or KBO, without a valid permit from the NTC, and despite NTC's order to refrain from operating a PPB until the issuance of an appropriate guideline for the same, ABS-CBN continued its operation until the expiration of its franchise on May 4, 2020. tax evasion. ABS-CBN also violated the terms and conditions of its franchise by engaging in tax avoidance schemes, which deprived the government of the much-needed revenue. It used its wholly owned subsidiary, Big Dipper Digital Content and Design, Inc., a PESA-registered company, as tax shield. Its main customer is ABS-CBN Hungary. And because of this unconscionable tax avoidance scheme, ABS-CBN alleged effective tax rate in 2018 was at negative 5%. This means that ABS-CBN managed to avoid paying taxes in 2018. Bakit po ang GMA7 na hindi naman kasing laki o kasing yaman ng ABS-CBN ay nakapagbayad ng buwis sa pamahalaan ng 1.6 billion pesos noong 2018? Samantalang ang malaalamat na ABS-CBN ay walang binayarang buwis. Bakit naman nakalibre ang ABS-CBN noong 2018 sa negative income tax nila na 84 million? Ibig sabihin po nito ay may tax credit pa ang ABS-CBN at ang gobyerno pa ang lumalabas na may utang dito. Wala pong pagkakaiba ito, mga kababayan, sa isang taong nangutang sa tindahan, binigyan pa ito ng sukli. In 2019, ABS-CBN again did not pay its rightful taxes. It avoided this by entering into compromise agreement with the Bureau of Internal Revenue, with the latter accepting the settlement of 152 million pesos plus from ABS-CBN, equivalent to only 40% of its assessed deficiency in income tax, value-added tax, and documentary stamp tax payments. But this is only one among the 4 other cases lodged by the BIR at the Court of Tax Appeals, all of which were also settled by compromise. Bakit po ganun? Hindi po ba nando sa prangkisa ng ABS-CBN na babayaran nila lahat ang rightful taxes? Kinakailangan po bang sila ay habla pa ng BIR bago sila mapilitang makapagbayad lamang kahit settlement lamang? Ang linaw po ng kanilang prangkisa na babayaran lahat ang kaukulang buwis. Bakit kailangan pong sila ihabla at idemanda pa ng BIR para lamang sila ay makapagbayad? There are also allegations to date that ABS-CBN's Lingkod Kapamilya Foundation, ALKFI, is being used as ABS-CBN as tax shield, and that ALKFI also failed to file donor's tax return and pay the donor's tax. Ito po ang mas nakalulungkot dito, mga kababayan. Kapag politiko o government official ang nagkawang gawa, epal ang tawag dito ng ABS-CBN. Kahit mula pa sa sariling bulsa ng politiko ang pinanggalingan ito. Pero kapag ito ay galing sa lingkod kapamilya, puro pangalan ng ABS-CBN ang kanilang pinangangalandakan, katulad po ng nakita natin ngayon. Alam naman natin na galing naman sa lahat sa mga donors ang pondo na ginamit nila. Meron po kayang nanggaling sa yaman ng ABS-CBN. Di baling ang pantulong ng ABS-CBN ay galing sa donasyon ng ibang tao. Di baling ang perang pantulong ay mula sa tax avoidance ng kumpanya. Ang mahalaga ay mapalabas nila sa pamamagitan ng sa mamamayan, katulad po ng nakita natin ngayon na napakabuti at napakabait ng ABS-CBN. Kami po ay naniniwala na unti-unti na pong nabubuksan ang katotohanan sa ating mga mamamayan. Hindi po ba mas maganda at katanggap-tanggap na tumulong sa kapwa ng walang nalalabag na batas at buong sikap pang nasusunod ang prangkisa? Dahil po ba kayo ay nakapagdudulot ng saya, ng aliw sa ating mga mamamayan? Dahil po ba kayo ay nakapagbibigay ng inspirasyon, ng pag-asa, ng katatagan ng loob na kagaya po sa opening salvo kanina ng representative ng ABS-CBN? Hindi na po ba natin susundin o tutuparin, isasaalang-alang ang ating mga batas, ang ating saligang batas, o kaya ang prangkisa ninyo? Makakapagpasaya naman po tayo. Makakapag-inspire po tayo nang hindi po tayo lumalabag sa batas. The House of Representatives should endeavor not to grant the franchise application of ABS-CBN because it has deliberately floated the Constitution and other related laws. Even the terms and conditions of its previous franchise to suit its own business and political interest, but to the prejudice of the greater good. The grant of a legislative franchise is merely a privilege and not a matter of right. Congress has the exclusive constitutional authority to award, alter, or revoke this privilege when the common good so requires, as in this particular case of ABS-CBN. We believe that it is but right for the House of Representatives to deny this time the franchise of ABS-CBN for flagrantly violating the Constitution and related laws, even its own franchise, making it unworthy of the grant of this special privilege by the state.